The next set that I have the pleasure of bringing forward is certainly one of my earliest sets, and truthfully it's one of the earliest battery sets and tube radio sets, I should say, manufactured. It was manufactured between 1921 and 22. It is commonly referred to as the RADA, but the truth of the matter is it's not altogether incorrect, but the real name, or the truthful name of the set, is called the RC. The left unit, if you notice, there's two separate boxes if you want to look at it that way. This left one was called the RA. It was your RF stage. This right box is your DA, which is your detector amplifier. And originally the set was sold in two complete separate boxes. One box being called just that, the RA, and the right box being called just that, respectively, the DA. But when Westinghouse put them together in one cabinet, it's my understanding the true name at that point is called the RC. Now this is a 3-tube regenerative set, a pretty decent performer, as I use WSM out of Nashville as kind of my litmus test, and I was able to receive it last evening. And with only being a 3-tube set, that's I think a fairly good testament to the performance of the set. Now granted, I didn't receive it as strong as I did on some of my 5-tube sets, but the fact that I was able to receive it to a listenable level, I think is once again a testament to the set. Now let's take a little closer look. Once again, this is the RA side. Here's your main tuning knob. Here is your vernier, as they call it. It is a more or less what I'll call a fine-tuning knob for the larger knob. Here is your regeneration control, and we've talked about that previously. To the right, you have two knobs. Both of these control your filaments to your tubes within the top of the cabinet. And you have 3 jacks down below, plugging them into, respectively, depending upon how much volume you want and audio you want coming out of your speaker. The 3 tubes are located on top in this lift-up panel. You can see them sitting right there. Easy access to repair and replace and test if need be. I think it's a rather interesting set. I have it mirrored with an R3 Magnavox horn. It is certainly a period correct match for this set. This is the earlier version horn and has a straight neck. The horns in a later time had the curved neck. So this, once again, being an earlier horn, is certainly a proper matching and proper pairing. And this one is a little different as some of the other Magnavox horns. This one actually has a on-off switch, if you may, right here on the side of the reproducer. One would push it in to turn it off, and pull it out to turn it on. Now there are connections to the speaker. As all speakers, it has 2 wires that go to your set itself. But it also has 2 wires in the rear that go to a 6-volt source. You needed this 6-volt connection back here, and typically they came off the A battery back in the day, and that was used to energize your field coil. This is actually a fairly good speaker horn. They do have a kind of a tinny sound to them, but that's quite normal for the time period. But once again, I think it's certainly one of my favorite horns. Would you say we get the set operational here?
You may speak with Tom.
Once again, I'm at the mercy of what the AM is broadcasting out my shop. There's 1 station. There's 2. As you hear, it has plenty of volume, and that's a testament to the speaker as well. There's a third station. There's a 4th station. And this is our regeneration. We're going to turn it down just a little bit. I heard a little squeal in there.
But I guess if it's cycling on and off frequently. 0 unqualified candidates using an intuitive online dashboard. Download was hired with Indeed. Nothing has been this simple, this easy, and this effective. Discover why 3 million businesses.
Once again, this is early radio. Like I said, 1921. Let's go ahead and turn it off. And at this stage in radio was still very utilitarian. It was functionable, wasn't real aesthetically pleasing. Radio hadn't made it to the living room, so to speak. A few short years later, by 1925, and as some of you will attest who have watched my videos, by 1925, radio was much more attractive. It became part of the decoration within the household itself. At this point in time, it hadn't made it to that stage yet. It was just still very functionable. But a good playing set. I think it's one of my favorite early sets. A Westinghouse RC, commonly referred to as the RADA. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time.